Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your monthly reading for the month of November 2015. So first I would like to say excuse the videos. I've been a little under the weather for some time now. I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm recording these videos now for you. First I'd like to say happy birthday as well to you Sagittarius that celebrate your birthday in the month of November. So let's get started on your reading for this month. So we have a new moon happening in your 12th house. It's going to be coupled with the sun and Mercury. So your focus is here and your communication is here. And the 12th house is more of a hidden house, more of a subconscious house, how you subconsciously basically get in the way of yourself. Any addictions that you Sagittarius may have, any bad addictions, any self-sabotaging thoughts, any ways of you guys thinking, this is going to be a new moon that's going to really help you change that. The energy is there for new change and new ways of really stopping yourself from really being the better you. Your solar year is approaching, so you're really thinking about ways to stop doing things that self-sabotage yourself. And then we have Mars and Venus coupled together in your 11th house on the 12th. Mars is action, Venus is attraction. In the 11th house is your house of networking and social groups and friends. So a lot of you Sagittarius are going to be having a lot of energy to socialize around the middle of the month, and you're going to be charming at it. With Venus here, it's going to be bringing a lot of charm, a lot of grace, and Mars is just going to make you really go after what you want, the gusto. It's also about the house of your bigger, what you really want for yourself long term. You're going to be thinking about that, and not only thinking about it with Mars, you're going to be acting on it, making moves to change things. It's also about the money that you earn from the business that you own. So any of you guys that are entrepreneurs, Sagittarius is out there, this is really good energy that's going to help you probably bring in more clients with a lot of ease, because Venus is here, but also too you'll have that action behind it to really go after what it is that you want in terms of that business. Neptune is going to go direct in your 4th house of home, so matters at home will probably get a little glossed over with Neptune putting back on its beautiful glossy oceany glasses, making you think a little bit more Neptunian at home, maybe being a little bit more fantasy based around that. That's Neptune's energy. On the 20th, you have Mercury moving into your 1st, plus you have Saturn, which is stationed in your 1st as well. So communication in your 1st house, but with Saturn here, see, it's really restructuring you, really making you think about the big picture, more about long term. It's not really thinking about, oh, what are we doing tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. It's really about communicating what you want for the long term haul with things. You're restructuring yourself. Your self-image is changing as well with Saturn in the 1st house. It's going to be changing that. On the 22nd, you have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn together. So your focus is going to be on you around the 22nd, where it's happy birthday time for you Sagittarius. As I love Sagittarius energy, like I always say that. Like at the same time, the Sun here is going to be illuminating your 1st house, making you a lot more popular, making people recognize you and see you more. Also to Mercury, so you're going to be communicating in a very Sagittarian-like manner, but like I said, Saturn is in your 1st house, so there's still that groundedness there. There's still that earth element of trying to be grounded when you're communicating as well. On the 25th, Sag, you have a full moon in your 7th house of partnership. Really good for anybody that has a business. Really good for anybody that really wants to change certain things in their one-on-one partnerships, whether it be your marriage, your lover, or committed relationships that you have with anyone. This full moon, whatever you've been working on, is really going to set some type of change in that around the 25th of this month. So whatever you've been working on, the full moons are public moons, so this is going to be a public expression of self with people. You're going to be focusing more on other people, on one-on-one relationships with other people around the 25th as well, because it is also going to be when the Sun is going to be in your sign. So you're going to, I don't know, one Sagittarius that probably doesn't really have a lot of people around them, or at least one person that they're really close to. So this dynamic is going to work because there's going to be another person that you're going to have to work with, that you're going to see some change or formation with in this fullness of it. Whatever you've set your intention on 6 months ago, there will be some change in that. And then we have an aspect, Sagittarius, happening on the 26th, with Saturn in your first house and Neptune in your third house of communication and the way that you communicate yourself. How it is that, excuse me, I said Neptune in your third house. I meant to say Neptune in your fourth house, excuse me. So your first house of home with Neptune in your fourth house, this square is going to be happening between these. This is a conversation of tension. So there may be something with Saturn, with responsibility in your first house of self, your identity, and something happening at home where there's going to be some tension there. Tension brings change. This is the first conversation of 3. This is the first one happening this year. The 2 will happen next year. I'll talk more in depth about that as we progress throughout this year and next year. But really, there's going to be like illusion versus reality. Reality, what is the conflict of interest here? There's something that's going to have to result in change with yourself and your home life, your past, your relationship with mother, relationship with the roots, or domestic affairs in the house in general. So really keep yourself grounded towards the end of the month, Sagittarius. And your month should be a really good month with the sun entering into your first house. Happy birthday again, Sagittarius, and I'll see you next month.